Hello everybody, welcome back to Phoenix Wright. Well, last time we had gone ahead, what was it? So Emma Sky came back in, she's like, fingerprints.
Hey, what you doing? Are you being that bastard that hasn't subscribed yet? Well, why don't you join one of us that have subscribed? As well as that, you might as well tune down into the description down below, where I have a new subreddit called r/RealmHQ. Other than that, back to your regularly scheduled program.
And that's pretty much all she said. It was like, how am I supposed to prove anything with this? I think I do got something. Is there any reasonable doubt? It appears the defense is troubled by the other bloodmark. In the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this? Mr. Wright, I'm sorry, but it can't be of more use. But still, you can't find anything wrong with this bloodmark. Please answer my questions. We don't have all day. Yes, Your Honor. If there was ever I needed to punctuate this now. Could be wrong with this handprint on the Gumshoe's locker. Could there be something I'm missing? Object.
Objection!
His handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction. The only thing that seems to be clear is your dress, Mr. Wright. You've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them? Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing. Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn into there? Yes, something that, when drawn, completely changed the meaning of this bloodmark. Let's pray the defense is interested time by time. Very well, Mr. Wright. This evidence here is something I can use. The question is, which Ida can prove what is something is.
Take that!
What about that piece of plywood? The Blue Badger, the mascot of the police force. Fucking hell, these stupid ass flies. Vendor of truth and guardian of proof. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The Blue Badger is not here. So watch what happens when he put him in. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. Well, what? That's right. As long as the Blue Badger is dancing here, it would have been possible to place a handprint on the spot of the walker. What? What in tarnation? So that means, just exactly what does that mean? That means it can't be done. What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found at that locker. Look at me, I didn't put it there. Mr. Wright, think through it thoroughly, think through it scientifically. Emma, on that afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the Blue Badger to the evidence room, right? If they'd let it down, it would have been impossible to leave a handprint on the locker. So that must mean this blood mark was left there before the Blue Badger was brought in. Just one moment. I would not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my court. It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor. It is the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, the blood was spilled not once, but twice. But how? One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand, which was a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is the other time. Someone bled prior to the struggle still on the statement. It had to have been. Detective Goodman, who was really murdered.
Objection!
Ridiculous. I refuse to accept this third claim.
Objection!
The murder portrayed in the security tape was proven to be a fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found in the water.
Objection!
So then, assuming this murder you propose really happened, when did it take place? What month? I demand you to show evidence that proves when it occurred. To summarize, the defense claims, prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who had been posing as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in that evidence. That's right, the blood mark was on the locker proof. Very well, tell us that. When did this first incident occur, as Mr. Edward said? Proof must be presented. That shows that the murder took place. Only one piece of evidence that can show that. Now then, will the defense please present this evidence? What shows that... It's the fucking time sheet!
Take that!
The crime took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have had to enter it. In order to do so, an ID card would have been required. An ID card? Oh! An ID card record! Officer Meekins brought the blue badger panel into the evidence room at 4:50 p.m. If the crime took place just before that time, then it would be 4:40 p.m. or 4:20. Miles Edgeworth, just what have you done? I would have never figured you had the nerve, boy. Drop the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me. No, I ain't getting it. I'm afraid I don't understand either. It's clear from the luminal test that blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Marshall failed to notice the blood. That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer. It would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim and carry his body away. Clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible. And that would mean the crime must have taken place before Miss Edgeworth. Let's have a look at the chart again. There's only one other card number remaining. 777777. Talk about a lucky number. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room? Since there are no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. Stupid fucking flies. Anyway, it's the only plausible explanation. He went in with the sevens. Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number is sevens. That's 1 7 too many. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card. What? Explain yourself, son. The ID number belongs to someone with the rank of captain or higher. Oh shit. Someone who is a so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity. But that's ridiculous. Just how... I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. There's one situation in which we can be granted such authority. An official charge filed against an executive is accepted. An official... Fuck off! An official charge? Or official charge? You're all alike, aren't you? Your cover-ups and your forgeries. Now the prosecutor office operates. So unless we can get reason to suspect something, I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. Whoever it actually is could possibly not be prosecuted. I would appreciate if you would keep your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask you a question. Yes? No, not to you, to her, the defendants and all that. Your own little executive. Lana?
Objection!
Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course we've looked up her ID number. It's not 7. Don't play me for a fool, Bart. That's not what I want to answer. All I want to know is one thing about the incident. The assault 9 incident. Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence? Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor? I heard him fine, Mr. Edward. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time, we occasionally felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did. Lana? I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. Before I realized that we're the ones being suppressed by the law. Defendant, what are you saying? I'll ask again, Chief Prosecutor. Fucking flies. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look at an investigator in that crime in the eye and say that you did? Chief Prosecutor, you didn't. You don't have to, Officer Marshall. Why won't you answer him? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. But Lana, even if it involved forging evidence. See? That's what I'm talking about. No. No! Order! 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 Number 9, Lodge. That is remarked twice. Cost that sure. Case in the courtroom could not be held. Conclusions of the trial? Have to wait until the She's using this so that she can actually bring reason to fucking bring Grant down to the station. Otherwise, there's no reason to. Woohoo! Day 3 investigation. 3:12 p.m. I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm so sorry for what my sister said. Yeah, we were just there. I didn't know. I never knew that the SL9 incident was just another name for Joe Dark killings. Like everyone heard about these killings but me. Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me? That's why she used what happened to me. What do you mean, what happened to you? It's all there in this file. Joe Dark's last victim was Prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall Brothers, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence. What did you have to do with those killings, Emma? The night Prosecutor Neil was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me? Holy shit! What? He tried to kill you? Mr. Marshall's brother, Neil, is only trying to save me. Wait, hold up. No, okay. There was only one, at least generally ideal woman on the Rachel Moss. So unless they were all young, but seriously, fucking holy shit, trying to kill a 16-year-old. That was a bastard. So that means you, yes, I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial. I didn't see that. Yeah, let's talk about that. It happened 2 years ago. It's right about this time of the year, too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for this. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together when she finished her work. Then suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office. It was dark. It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Then Prosecutor Marshall showed up. Marshall's brother. Joe Dark tried to take me hostage, but before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then, what happened? I'll never forget it. Lightning struck as the lights went out, and suddenly, the lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. What I saw burned my permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now. That picture. I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall, so you weren't able to testify about that. No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why Lana, she made up the crime. Hey, dog. You need to fight a bogus evidence. The prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence and Mr. Edgeworth used it. Edgeworth? Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumor about Mr. Edgeworth, I mean, my fault. We could have just testified properly, none of this would have ever happened. It's true, even though he may have not known it. He really was involved in falsifying evidence. Fuck off, you stupid ass flies. After that case ended, Lana was never the same. It became cold, like she is today. He must have not been able to face up to what she had done, especially when Scott met him. What did you see in that instant the crime occurred? Dark knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife. Marshall was stabbed right from this poor girl. I don't remember what happened with that. Apparently I passed out. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms. Poor Emma. I must have been through so much. I couldn't bring myself to testify about that instant. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good. 2 years ago, I must have been 14. That's understandable. Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided when I grow up, I want to become a scientific investigator. I wanted to be able to fight crime with my testimonies, find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way, I would never have to forge any. I see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes them tick. But there's still something that bothers me about their crime. What was the forged evidence? There's something that's puzzling me, Emma. What is it? You said you were in Lana's office at the time, right? That's right. Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, he was being chased by a prosecutor? Oh, there's no mystery there. Joe Dark had been taken in for questioning that day. Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police? Of course, this happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview, fled into my sister's office. So why did he run all the way over to your sister's office? Because the questioning room are right across from the elevator. Across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she? No, silly. Didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. Oh, shit! She was the best in the entire force. What? That's news to me. The Joe Dark case. She was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor. Which is why the blackmail. Lana used to be a detective. I'd better have a talk with her. Yeah, seriously. Alright, well, fucking let's go to the detention center. Oh, there she is. Lana. Mr. Wright. It seems I kept causing you trouble. I keep causing trouble. Falsifying evidence. I didn't think you were that type. Criminals don't mind playing foul. Why should we? I have a man by the name of Tom Bear River Smith that go and shove down your gullet before you say that you gotta fucking go ahead and be like, ah, yes, why should we be any better than the criminals? Fucking hell. Like, I'm not kidding, I did tell that story. The best part about it, fucking the guy never did anything. Like, he didn't drink, he didn't smoke, he didn't fucking womanize or anything like that. So it's like fucking when it comes down to justice, you always see those fucking detectives who are like, oh, I turned hard liquor and stuff like that, or it's the women, I go after the women, but I do this just to be on the same playing field as the fucking criminals. When it's like, no, you don't always have to play fucking foul. You can play to the right scenes. As long as you do it right. The problem is, things are more complicated than just being able to play out fairly. I will admit that. The problem is, I'm definitely more of a guy who believes in the idea of fighting fair. And using the presence more than the actual bullshit. But anyway, yeah. But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty. And you might have a dead man on your hands. Believe me, I understand the risks. Lana, Emma told me that you... Oh? Sorry, excuse me. A bit of a food I just had. But you were a detective 2 years ago. And that the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office. That's right. Could you fill me in on the details, especially about the unusual change of jobs? I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright. Thank you! Today's trial, a lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial today. Not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another 2 years ago. Evidence from that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be. At the trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? Believe me, Lana. I believe that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth. Couldn't be helped, Lana. At the trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul. Yep. All drama aside, the fact of the matter is, 5:15, there was no murder at the police department. Tell me it's not true, Lana. What the witness Star said. About you stabbing Mr. Goodman with the knife? I believe that one is true, but more so just to get her accused. Lana, I don't understand. Why won't you tell us? Emma, this doesn't involve just me. I don't think I ever seen Lana so phased before. It's true. I was a member of the police force 2 years ago. She was amazing. Yep, Gant. Fucker. They still talk about all the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together. Chief Gant? He was the deputy chief of the police back then, but still worked the crime scenes. Damien Gant. He was everything I aspired to be. They were the best team ever. They solved crimes before the reports could even be filed. I really idolized your big sister. But now you're chief prosecutor. What happened? I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was to gain experience investigating crime scenes, so you could use that experience in court, right? Gant's help in the SL9 case was crucial to its resolution. After that, he became chief of police, and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office. Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I was second in command of the detectives investigating Dark. Second in command, that means the investigation that means the investigation lead was Damien Gant, right? Yes, Deputy Gant and I shared the same office, and same investigations. We even had the same office. We led a team of the best detectives on the force. Detective Goodman, in this case, it was Jake Marshall and Angel Starr. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite home. Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when his final murder took place. He tried to murder Emma. Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark. You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me. Now you tell us. Fuck! Damien Gant and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Drake that day. The investigation was in the final stages, and Dark must have suddenly panicked. Are you kidding me? Motherfucking Gant? You son of a fucking bitch. So he waited until Gant and Marshall let their guards down, then fled the room. From there, he ran straight to an office shared by Deputy Grant and myself. That's where he found me. So you were the first person to run to the scene, Lana? It appears so. I was filing some papers while Gant and Marshall were questioning Drake. When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood. 3 bodies. Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma, who had passed out, and the suspect, Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck the final blow before he died. Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion while unconscious. What did you do? To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her. I can't blame her. After all, her sister must have gone through. After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest. Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident. That's right. Quite a coincidence, huh? I don't buy it. What are you saying? There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident. Just by chance. But that case was solved 2 years ago. At least one person went to the extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved. Officer Marshall. Yes, his actions came across as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he changed completely. I guess he wasn't convinced with that ruling against Joe Dark. Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories. The case just might not be over yet. Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right? Yes, in the office that Damien Gant and I shared. office that Mr. Gant now occupies by himself, the chief's office. Maybe we should have a look at the chief's office, inside of the final SO9. Hey, I didn't mean to fucking... Heck, it's gonna fucking have me go through it all. I didn't mean to. Is that you? I don't see Detective Gumshoe anywhere. Things are kind of quiet around here today. You're right. Chief Detective seems the same though. Why don't we go look for some people, other people to talk to? Right. We can come back here later. Okay. Now. It's the police department. Howdy, Bambino. Oh, Mr. Marshall. I never thought things turned out this way when I woke up this morning. Yes, never know where life leads. Hey, Bambino. I should have known my luck would run out when old Billy dried up this morning. Billy? Must be his pet cactus. Say, where are you headed? It's over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, but you can't go into the evidence room today, partner. But Mr. Marshall, why did you do it? Why do prosecutors head west? Why do prospectors head west? If ever there was a case, I need to know the truth about it. It's that one. Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind telling us exactly what happened? Looks like I won't be getting the steak lunch today. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that next time. For the time being, we're going to end off the video here. Thank you for tuning in all the jazz. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you guys next week. Other than that, have a great day.